And that's all part of the investigation, which also includes the timetable as to when this happened. We know December 12th was when she was last seen dropping an older child off at school. Not since that point had she been seen until, obviously, they discovered her body.
Exactly.
Okay.
So if you're just joining us on social media, on Facebook Live, Brian and I are just talking about all of the rapid developments that we are learning within the past few hours in this case. I do anticipate that Austin Police will have something publicly to say later today. A lot of this information, Brian, of course, coming to us initially from the Houston area where this crime scene is really unfolding. So the investigation yesterday began reaching from Austin to Houston, and that is where really the epicenter of all of the investigative activity is playing out this morning. Federal agents continue to be involved. And Brian, one of the interesting things that I'm told, and I'm just learning some of this on the outer edges, but of course we know when we've reported that the FBI brought in a child abduction team. And one of the things that this team, which is highly specialized in dealing with these types of cases, thought early on, apparently, in terms of profiling this case, they believed that it was indeed possible, if not likely, that someone who knew Heidi Broussard and wanted her baby may have, in fact, carried out this crime. And so it was based on that, largely, that they began going down this road and wondering about other people in Heidi Broussard's life, whether or not, anyone else may have shown an interest in her pregnancy and her baby. And I'm told that that is one thing that really led them down this investigative road.
Let's go through that again once for the people that are now just joining us on Facebook. They did find a body in this, essentially in the trunk of a car, which was outside of a home in Harris County in Jersey Village in northwest Houston. They have confirmed that body to be Heidi Broussard, 33 years old, from Austin, Texas. They did find a young baby in the home who is okay and alive.
That's right.
But now they have tied this and arrested someone who was in that home. We don't have the name yet, but you're working to confirm the name.
Yeah, we were saying that her name is floating around on social media, of course. We want to make sure that that name is absolutely confirmed, that we're seeing it in some sort of court records, but I do anticipate that we will have that soon. She is charged with evidence tampering and kidnapping at this time in the Harris County Jail, but expected to be brought back to Austin later today. So these are state charges right now. Of course, this case has had the involvement of the FBI. And I think there was some question, at least earlier today, about whether or not this would somehow become a federal case. But I'm told that right now the warrants that have been issued and the bond that has been set is all happening in Travis County Court.
And the Austin Police Department is still leading the investigation, you say?
That's right. APD has been the lead lead investigating agency this whole time and continue to take the lead. Of course, we've been wanting to hear from them since last night, but obviously with the massive crime scene that they had in Houston, helicopters circling overhead, word began trickling out in Houston late last night and overnight, and so that is when some of this news began making it out into the public.
And we should also reiterate for those that are just joining us, the baby's father lives in Austin, has not been connected in any way now in this investigation, at least that we know of.
That's right, that authorities do not believe that he participated in this crime, but they are investigating other avenues of investigation, other pursuits, to try to determine whether or not this woman, the suspect, who is in custody right now, had some sort of aid, some sort of assistance in carrying out this crime.
Have you learned, Tony, from this point forward what happens? I know she is in custody in Harris County at this point. Is there any plan that you know of to further this and bring her here to Austin?
I think that will happen pretty soon. The charges are here in Travis County, so she's got to come back to Austin to face those charges. You know, Brian, the other thing is that we sometimes deal with extradition issues when it's a state-to-state case, but this is a state warrant, and so it's pretty easy to, frankly, just put her in the back of a police car and drive her to Austin.
And the charges will stay the same because they are here in Austin.
That's right. Now, I will say, for now, I think you can anticipate possible other charges. I mean, if they do, in fact, get evidence linking her to the actual murder, I think you could see a capital murder charge. Capital murder, Brian, because of course it was committed at the same time as other felonies in this case, evidence tampering allegedly and kidnapping allegedly.
Talk for a minute, if you could, Tony. I don't know, do you have time to talk for another minute?
Yes.
About the coordination. Obviously, this case originated in Travis County, in Austin city limits, Austin police handling that investigation.
Right.
But we've seen before the Austin Police Department work quite well with federal agencies and state agencies, state troopers. I know the DPS and Texas Rangers involved in this specific case as well. How did that coordination again work? Really fast. I mean, this was a week ago that she disappeared.
I mean, absolutely. And I think it is a case that has, frankly, grown, an investigation that has grown in size and scope, frankly, as national attention has been brought to bear in this case as well. And I think all of the investigators felt a sense of urgency that everyone was watching, frankly, our nation was watching to figure out where this case was going to go. So that caused them to really ramp up efforts and flood the zone, if you will, with investigative resources. But I'm told that Austin police did tremendous work in terms of on-the-ground investigation. So going door to door, neighbor to neighbor, trying to get information as well. Also, Brian, forensic evidence is going to be playing a huge role in this case, from what I am told. And when you think about this, investigators have to go through video evidence, frame by frame, moment by moment. There's no magic computer that you can put that in that spits out license plates. You literally have to watch it frame by frame, moment by moment. And so Austin police investigators played a crucial role in that. And I am told that that investigative effort was fruitful in terms of placing the suspect's car in the area, in the Austin area, around the time that Heidi Broussard vanished.
Because from what we know, she was living in Harris County. The person that has been arrested.
That is my understanding, yes. But had made trips to Austin in the 3 weeks since Margot was born.
And they were close, according to all reports.
They were very, very close. I'm told that she had taken a unique interest in Heidi Broussard's pregnancy and in the birth of her baby girl.
Let's talk about the baby girl for a minute. Do you know, maybe you don't, what happens from this point forward? Obviously, the baby's father is here in Austin.
That's right.
And they were, as of this morning, going to do DNA testing to confirm and make sure everything's lined up there. Do you know if those steps are still being taken now?
You know, that DNA testing can take some time. I think one question is when the baby's father could possibly be reunited, if that has occurred. I am not sure of that at this point. We have reached out to Heidi Broussard's family. As you can imagine, Brian, they are grief-stricken.
Just horrible.
And, you know, dealing with the horrible reality that Heidi Broussard is believed to be dead, but also in a weird way too, celebrating that her baby Margot is still alive.
Still alive. It's just a horrific story all the way around. I know she was originally from Louisiana, and her family members have been in Austin for several days now.
That's right, and they've done interviews. I feel like in many ways the public has gotten to know them. We have gotten to know them and seen their anguish in terms of praying and hoping and asking for the community's help in bringing Heidi home safely.
Just a couple of more things, Tony. I know you've got more calls to make. As far as the investigation goes, let's just walk people through again now where we go from this point forward. We know she is under arrest. A woman is under arrest.
That's right.
We don't know if there are any other people that are going to be tied into this case.
This
case is being handled by the Austin Police Department at this point.
Yes.
And so that from this point forward, that's who's going to be calling the shots, so to speak, as far as this is concerned.
That is correct.
Okay.
And then, you know, I think later today, I expect that all of these authorities will have something very public to say that helps shed even more light on how they broke this case open and the future of this suspect, again, who's charged with some very major crimes right now.
All right. Tony, thanks so much for your hard work again today.
Bet.
And we'll, of course, have much, much more on this case as we learn it. Tony, follow him on all his social media channels, doing a great job keeping up with this. And, of course, we will let you know if we have any new details here on air and online at KVUE.com. Thank you for being with us.